Hello and welcome to episode 86 of the Fools on a Hill podcast, where we bring you the latest news and our expert opinion on the newest releases in the world of music. I am Cal, and I am joined by Billy Ray Cyrus and Tom Selleck. How are we, boys?
Fucking great.
Don't break my heart. My ache break your heart.
A saying that Tom Selleck says.
What was Tom Selleck in?
Friends. And
No, that's not. I mean,
Two-
that's not what.
three men and a baby?
Yeah, he wasn't Three Men and a Baby. Yeah. Yeah, we
That's-
established this because Yanni
Yeah.
thought it was
I misnamed him.
him from Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, yeah.
From Reynolds fame.
Reynolds.
It's good to be back, boys. We've had a week off. We said we were going to do a chunky episode and then didn't. So thank God for that.
Sorry.
Yeah, we were going to do all three albums that King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard released in the last month. I listened to about three of them songs and thought, this is the worst idea we've ever had.
I didn't listen to any and had a great time in my life.
That was the best choice. But also, we decided to have a week off because Liam is having some sort of existential crisis in the house that he owns with electric blankets rife. What's been happening?
What's been happening? Been getting the bathroom done. Full new bathroom putting in.
Sure.
Started last Monday. You know, should be done. I reckon should be done by Friday. Here we are, Tuesday. He's coming back tomorrow. So not quite worked out as expected originally, but it's now pretty much everything's done, bar the actual like shower unit, if you will, and some silicone around the shower. Everything else is done. New toilet, new sink, blah blah. So it's nice. I just went in there then, had the first wee, washed my hands. You know, nice.
Been holding that for a while, mate.
Whew. It's been a long old time holding this piss in, and then I've noticed that the radiator was on, and so I thought, oh, that's cool. I'll touch it. Burnt my finger. I think you both heard that. Because it was fucking well hot. So there we go. We haven't had the radiator in that bathroom the whole time we've lived here, so that's a nice experience. But it's not been a nice experience
I can imagine.
overall.
No.
Yeah, I've been
Imagine.
working downstairs in the living room with the dog wanting to sit on my knee or in my dressing gown, with me at all times, barking at the fella. You know, not being able to do what I need to do in the bathroom at any point. There's a few things. And it's just a general tip in this house, so I can't wait for tomorrow when it'll be done. Hopefully by lunchtime, get a lovely shower in the evening.
Also, not being
And-
done by tomorrow.
If it's not done by tomorrow, I'm not paying him. He can fuck off.
Are you paying him by the hour, or have you given him a set rate? Not
No,
like, obviously the labour per hour.
it's through Wix, so I've already kind of paid for him to do the work. The hour, it's not based on hours; it's based on what needs to be installed. So yeah, I haven't. But I actually have to pay him extra based on specialist work. 'Cause it's a little insight into booking bathrooms for Wix.
This is what people come to on a music podcast.
Exactly, yeah. If you're looking to get a new bathroom, I do recommend Wix. They've been great help. But yeah,
Not sponsored.
a lot of money everywhere. Situation. But like, so I have to pay him separately at the end of the job for the, like, you have to fix a pipe and stuff. Long story. And a few other bits. So he's gonna get a little bit at the end, and then I hope to never see him again.
Yeah.
That's the,
Yeah.
And that's it. Thanks, Joe.
Brilliant.
Thanks for all your work.
Brilliant.
Thanks, Joe Wicks. We've also been to the Ruggers, haven't we? As we call it.
Yeah, we have.
Rugby.
We did, yeah.
Went
Yeah.
down to Cardiff in a day and back. What?
Idea.
Worded that horribly.
Stupid idea that was.
Yeah, it really was a fucking dumb
No, you
idea.
tell me.
Liam drove
yeah, I was
there
gonna
and
say.
back, the little trooper. He's so tiny.
Little guy. I'm just a little guy. It wasn't, to be honest, it wasn't that bad driving. I'm
Apart
glad
from-
I drove.
Apart from the time when it was bad, because there were
Mm.
ghosts.
Oh, we
Pockets
passed
of
through many
ghosts.
ghosts. Many ghosts. Well, let's be serious for a second now. There was a lot of fog, okay? And we passed through the thickest fog. The thickest fog I've ever seen. To such a point where, like, cars coming the other way suddenly appeared.
Yeah.
They were just like, boop, Like you couldn't see the lights or anything. It was très
There
scary.
was a point where you approached the roundabout, and we didn't know there was a roundabout till he was on.
Where were the lanes? Where was the roundabout? Where was the edge of the roundabout? Who knows? It was just pure vibes. It was. Thankfully, that was the only roundabout we passed, but that was it was scary.
Did you enjoy the rugby?
Uh,
I mean, we lost, but it was good.
yeah, we expected to lose, but yeah, it was fun. Definitely wouldn't do that all in one day again. It's the first time that's been done for us that way.
Ever.
Well, back in the day when I went a few times, I used to stay in Newport, Travelodge right over the road from the train station. That's just not cheap anymore.
The trains were on strike.
Well, we
Well done.
originally
Wow.
did have a hotel book, but they cancelled it because they obviously found out people would pay extortionate amounts just to
Yeah.
book.
Yep. There was a lot of tricky situations going on, really. So we ended up driving to a park and ride, which is pretty all right choice, I suppose. It was a bit dicey on the way back because we thought they were going to stop the trains at a certain point, and the queue for the buses, sorry, and the queue for the buses was very long. But we were in a good spot, and it did pass by all of the traffic leaving Cardiff
Yeah, that was
because there was a bus
very
lane like the
satisfying.
whole way. And so by the time we got to the car, wasn't much traffic. There was a little bit, but
Fair play.
Yeah, man, fair fucking play.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a music podcast. I don't
What?
think Hal's got any interesting news to tell us, have you? No, he is not. We're gonna go straight in because there's no news we want to tell you about. There have been deaths, but nothing that we're going to talk about. So
Nothing of note.
your death wasn't important. Hot off
Get
the
over it.
press, boys. Hot off the press.
It's been my birthday since we last recorded. Isn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah, I was going to say something there.
What were you going to say?
That
I was going to show off my cube.
no. If
That's
anything,
cool,
you
that.
should get your Swiss Army knife out.
You see all the different colours in the cube?
Yeah, that's cool, that mate.
Yeah, it's sick, isn't it?
That's
Swiss
pretty
Army knife is not handy at the moment.
sick. I
Okay.
think they are
I was using
handy.
it just
They are famously handy.
very handy. I'll tell you what the best part of that. We're recording now. We're rolling. Welcome to Hot
Yeah,
Press. Is the toothpick.
he
has
fucking
been
loves that too. The minute he found
invaluable.
out it was a toothpick, elation.
Right,
Elation.
so now
Incredible.
you've got the mullet, you've got the toothpick, now you need a fedora, and you've completed the set.
Oh, fedora. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll wear a fedora if you want me to.
You would annoyingly suit a fedora.
Just-
I know you would.
Just a fedora.
You can leave your hat on. Doused, a band I found last year, shoegaze band. I like shoegaze. They have returned with 2 tracks. First being Cherry Cola Crush. It came straight out the blocks, didn't it?
Those blocks were outed
Straight.
straight away.
Pwah.
Yeah.
Just balls to the wall fuzz, which I like.
I'm gonna say, because I've got the same comments for pretty much both of the tracks. The other one's called Trees and Flowers. I really like the idea of the songs in general. I liked the way they went. Like the progression of them, not just. That sounded like a stupid comment to make, but you know what I mean. However,
I know what you mean.
I didn't like the mix in the songs. I felt like it could have been mixed a lot better because the album we listened to was mixed a lot better from recollection. And some of the playing I thought was it seemed a bit too spontaneous, not really thought out well enough. Some of it. Yeah.
I just thought of a really stupid joke. It's not even funny, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Go on.
When he said spontaneous, instantly my brain replied with spontaneous DC.
Yeah. There wasn't that, no.
It's
I'm
made me
glad
laugh
you
now.
never said that joke. Cut that, cut that,
It's
cut that,
just made
cut
me
that.
laugh. Yeah, you know. Is it my turn? It is my turn. Listen, let me. I can't hear myself, so I'm twiddling all these little knobs down here.
Oh.
And let me
Always a
tell you,
good
they
time.
are little. And
But they grow.
I feel like my headphone jack's broke. Definitely a grower. Oh. Right. Okay, that'll do for now.
That was such a dodgy thing that just happened there. That looked
What?
so dodgy. You went, I'm twiddling with my knobs, and then just went, oh, yeah, there we go.
That's what we're here for. We make content on this pod. Hey, I'm back. Right, so
So
let me tell you, I listened to all of these songs that we're going to cover. Every
fucking
single
great. That's
song.
good.
But only once, and from my phone speaker, while work was being done upstairs, and my dog was bothering me. I was working, so I'm not a tip-top musical journalist mode today. I am here for the comedy. I'm here for
When's that going to start,
helping
mate?
hand, a shoulder to cry on, if you will. This song and the other song, I didn't enjoy much. I'm going to be honest with you. I did think they sounded pretty bad through my phone speakers. Listening now, I still think they do. I think you're right about the mix being an issue, Yanni. And yeah, the songs themselves didn't really do much for me, even being honest with you.
I didn't like him as much as anything off the album, but out
Yeah.
of the two, I preferred Cherry Cola Crush.
Yeah, if you had to push me for an answer, that's also what I do. Next up, the return of Rihanna. Rihanna. She's been gone for a long time from the music world. She's not dearly departed. She's still with us. She released a song for the Black Panther soundtrack. Lift Me Up is the name of the track. Black Panther's out this Friday. Any of you going to see it?
Probably.
Yeah. I didn't like the song, unsurprisingly. I didn't understand the need for the auto-tune in the voice. Because the rest of the track was pretty acoustic sounding in terms of like there was no like digital synths or that obvious anyway in the track. If anything, it was very buried. So hearing her auto-tune vocals, I felt like seemed like too much of a bad. Ready for it? Juxtaposition.
Oh.
Get it in early.
I wasn't ready. I wasn't even ready.
And I felt like the mix on her vocals were also weird. They were very mid-range.
Black MIDI.
Yeah, very Black MIDI-ish. But so yeah, Rihanna, do better.
I thought it was
Sleep.
quite all right, but I just didn't care for it in the same way. You know, it's not for me, but it was all right. Never listen to it again unless I'm watching the film.
I think
Even then, I'm plugging my ears. I'm plugging my ears at that point.
I think it sounds pleasant, although, yeah, I kind of feel like I'm the part of the film that this is going to play on. I'm not going to enjoy that part. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to be a slow or some sort of emotional, boring part. I want action. I want balls to the wall action every step of the way. I don't want this. This just doesn't, go back to the first Black Panther soundtrack. Bangers, bangers, bangers. There we go. This is just, it's too soft.
Yeah, what he's saying is that when they do the funeral for T'Challa, he wants balls to the wall action and Metallica playing.
Yeah, I want Metallica playing. I want balls to the wall action. Eighths. You know what I mean? I want it all. I want it all.
Sick. Moving on. Lime Garden with the song Bitter. What? What are you laughing at now?
Because I didn't think about the fact that it would just obviously be played during a funeral.
Yeah.
I just kind of realised that. Yeah.
I didn't think I'd interrupt you. I thought I'd let you carry on with that point.
Sorry, Chadwick.
It's all right. He's dead. He can't hear you. Not as instantly catchy, this song. The song Bitter, I'm talking about by Lime Garden. But still a solid track, in my opinion. I realised that the voice reminded me a lot of the lead singer of Sorry. Formerly known as Fish.
Oh, no one jumped on you. God, we're not on it today.
You're not, are you? It's been a week.
No need to apologise, mate.
Okay. And yeah, I don't know, are they from the same area? Because the accent and
UK,
the style of... fucking hell. There we go. That's what we're here for. But yeah, the style of singing, the accent, just... I really like it on a female vocalist. Don't know what it is.
God.
Marry her then, Yanni. God.
Jesus Christ.
This is a call out to the lead singer of Lime Garden. I will not marry you.
Yanni, I mirror some of your thoughts, particularly about the track not really being as catchy as some of the other ones, but still being pretty good. I like the guitar riff that came in and out behind the verse vocals. And in some parts, the vocals reminded me a bit of Lorde.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord. I agree. Really, to be honest, that it's not so catchy, but I do really enjoy it as a song. I'm just gonna say the same point as you, so I won't. But what I will say, it's unique to me, is I really like the outro. And that extra, those backing vocals that are kind of like a deeper voice. Sound really good. I think that sounds very good and effective and nice.
Good. Good. Eve Tumor, back with the track God is a Circle. I feel like, and this is my only comment on the entire track, is that ever since that album came out, the music has been on a steady decline.
Ooh.
I get that. I just think since that album, a lot of the music hasn't been as out there, and it's been a bit more straightforward. Which, I mean, if this is the first time you've heard Eve Tumor, you might not think this is straightforward, and because it is still weird. But yeah, I think the three of us hold that album in such high regard that it's going to be difficult for them to follow it up.
Such high regard, I've forgotten the name of it.
Heaven to a Tortured Mind.
It took the words right out of my mouth.
I've not finished.
Okay. Go on then.
I've missed this.
I like it when the pace picks up like midway through the song, and the breathing in the background adds to it. It makes me feel uneasy in the best of ways. Liam, I have now finished. You may speak.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Callum. Finished. I agree to a point regarding the decline of Eve Tumor since Heaven to a Tortured Mind. That EP, whose name doth escape of me.
Yeah, I can't remember that one.
Something about something or another. Many words. I didn't particularly enjoy that one. However, this song, I'm a big fan of. I actually really like this. I wouldn't say it's up there with Heaven to a Tortured Mind or the album beforehand, which name escapes me. But it doesn't feel... It feels like a different style. It feels like a good evolution of the style from previous records. That seems a bit more kind of focused and contained, I suppose. And I appreciate that in this song. And for some reason, parts of it remind me of vocally of Kelly from Block Party.
Well, I've made that comparison on the track.
Well, listen, I'm not bothered about your past.
No.
We're talking about the present.
He really doesn't care.
We're talking about the present.
Secrecy is incredibly important to the both of them from the EP. I'm backing you up, you prick.
I'm sure Eve and Kelly care a lot about secrecy, but I don't care about what you're saying. I'm telling you, this song right here, I'm talking about. God is a circle.
Liam is a prick.
Oh,
hey.
Ugly next.
Sorry.
Group. Yeah, that's right. Uckers with the song Sha. Pleasant enough. A track that didn't really stand out to me, but if it came on, I would not skip it.
Oh, it's this band again, isn't it? The one that I hated last time that you two loved. I don't like this either. Snooze fest.
Oh.
Well, I think you're wrong, Colin. I think the song's great. I think musically from the beginning, like the combating guitars or whatever's going on. I'm making that up. I don't. Very interesting. The vocals are great. I think throughout. I just really like this song. I think the part like towards kind of the second half where they seem to say the bit about Sha quite a lot gets quite repetitive. Well, they say Sha. That's what they say about when I say they talk about Sha. They say it multiple times. A little bit repetitive, a little bit unnecessary, but in general, I really like the style of this band, and I can't wait for a full feature LP from Ugly UK Uckers.
Yeah,
Uckers.
I don't want to be here that week.
Well, maybe we don't want you here this week.
We've never wanted you here, Callum.
It'd be a podcast without me.
Yeah, it would.
It would. It'd be a fucking great one.
Next up, Gorillaz are back with the song Baby Queen.
Baby Queen.
Fucking slapper.
Yeah, big tune. This was this is on the FIFA 23 soundtrack. So I've
That's-
had a nice
that's ruined
month
it for
of
me.
this before it was released, and it is indeed a big slapper.
I listened to this earlier through my phone and found it very boring. However, now I'm listening to it and hearing a lot of things I didn't hear from the phone speakers, surprisingly, and it sounds really good.
Yeah, it is.
So I'll reserve comment.
Good.
Sonically, it sounds very good.
Well, expect nothing less. Next up, we've got the group Dead Letter. I presume we were covering all 3 songs.
Nope.
Which song was it?
Maje's Declaration.
Okay, well, that's fine because that was the only one I listened to.
We'd covered the other ones before.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't remember what I thought about their other tracks, but yeah, this isn't
Didn't like
really. This didn't really stick out to me or stick with me. Sticking is the theme, but not for them.
I thought it was a decent track. I liked the bass on it, and I particularly liked the hook of "I've got shoes but no soul." So that's very good. I think I remember liking the lyrical hooks in some of the last tracks as well. So, witty band.
I'm referring to our Lord and Saviour Madge. Is a wonderful touch. What was the song they referenced? Oh, Material World. Yeah, that's what it is. Material Girl and the Material World. I very much like this song as I've liked as I've enjoyed the other singles from Dead Letter. Although I'm a little bit concerned about what a full album will be like of these tracks.
He's so concerned.
Do you not see the concern in my eye?
Oh wow!
But as a single, I enjoy it. The basses and
Bit weekend. It's just air.
No, you don't understand. It's the gentle ones that really get you. And lyrically, it is fun as well.
Next up, we have the return. Many returns. Brockhampton are back with the song "Big Pussy."
Damn.
Nice of them to write a song about you,
Liam. This song is big pussy energy. It's serving cunts.
Yeah, it's not for me.
Oh, Callum, get off.
Callum,
Get off
It's
this
a
pod.
pretty
Grow
big banger,
up.
but it's just not for me. I don't like it.
Grow up. That's all I have to
Seize
say.
the gap, Liam.
That's all I have to say. Grow up. No, I think it's a slapper. Brockhampton are back, baby. I hope this last album, because this will be the last album, I hope they really knock out the park and it's a full, consistently good album, which I just don't feel like I don't think we've ever really had from Brockhampton. So,
No, we've not.
but this is a very solid first single. Lots of, that chaotic Brockhampton style of like each verse, the music shifts and stuff changes every single time, and yeah, it's good stuff.
Fun music video as well. If you haven't watched it, you should see it. I wasn't speaking to you. I was speaking to the people, Liam. Okay.
All the people.
I'm not a people.
All the
I'm not
people. That's it. That's Hot Off the Press done for this week. Nice and short.
Damn.
Now we move on to an album spotlight. That is the name of the next section. I'll see you there in a couple of seconds.
Boom, boom, boom.
Personal Trainer is the name of the group. And the album is called Big Love Blanket. We're going to go through it track by track. I hope we keep you engaged as you listen to our thoughts. Here we go, boys. Starting off with the first track, which is also the name of the album. It's Big Love Blanket. Love the opener. I like how it sort of builds up. Starts off with just his vocals. They sound good, well produced. For just vocals, which I know might sound a bit odd, but I really like the production on them. And then we must talk about it because I'm going to go straight into it. The transition
Oh.
into the laser is. I mean, if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, listen to this because it'll be instantly cured.
Yeah, this transition makes all the previous weeks of pointless transitions that I've moaned at worth it. That's how good it is.
Yeah.
Fucking wonderful.
Otherworldly.
Otherworldly. Great word.
Thank
In
you
terms
so much.
of Big Love Blanket, I mirror Yanni's thoughts. And I said in the group chat before, I have grown up and I now like vocals in this style. That does not change through this album. Spoiler alert.
What's the style, Carl? If you could describe the style.
Ropey.
Ropey, a bit annoying. Growers, which, as everyone who listens to Fools on a Hill podcasts, all the best ones are.
Damn right they are. I agree. This is a great opener. When it first started, I was like, "Is something broke? Why is it just vocals?" And I feel like they kind of do it just long enough where it's kind of weird, and then the music starts. And I think that's quite effective. It almost feels very, very much like just an isolated
Jesus Christ.
fucking vowels are escaping me tonight. An isolated vocal from like just the middle of a verse that's been isolated, obviously. Which just got obviously that quite a strange effect of just it feels like it's missing something, but works very well. That build up reminds me very much of like Black Country New Road with the kind of single note strings, kind of atonal, kind of almost. And then obviously that switch over into the laser, that transition is fantabulous.
Well,
It's absolutely wonderful.
funny enough, you should mention that song, The Laser Lane, because, we'll talk about it right now. So much energy in this. Obviously, from the transition, it's just out the blocks, as Carl said before.
Yeah.
It's just a strong oof. The song, what's the word? I can't think of it, but it works so well.
It does. Are we talking about the laser? I've kind of zoned out then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Callum.
Yeah, the laser is a big banger. This is one of my favorite tracks I've heard in quite a while.
Wow.
I know we listened to it as a single. But I remember liking it, but I don't know if I like it as much as I do now. It's just such a good time. It makes me happy, and the chorus is fucking huge.
Yeah, it really is a great, just a good time song. It's a good time song, and I've definitely grown to like this a lot more since I first heard it when it was a single, one of their first singles. Obviously, this version has a lot more energy. It's got a build up, which helps an awful lot at just kind of kickstarting it. But the more and more I listen to it, I just think it's just an absolute slapper.
Slapper indeed.
It is.
We must also mention again, because there is another one, transition into the next track, which we'll cover right now, right this second. So don't wait any longer. It's called Rug Busters. Another solid track. To be honest, I've got nothing more to add than that. It's just a solid track. Good time.
This track, when it was released, kind of really turned me on to personal trainer, like more so than just enjoying the odd song. I was actively looking forward to this album, which came as a surprise when Liam told me on Thursday that it was released on Friday. But yep, transition's fat, bass is great, video is great to the song. If you haven't watched it, I recommend doing so. Just another top-notch track.
Yeah, it's really, really good. That kind of chorus or pre-chorus, whatever, really gets in my ear holes. Gets right in there, digs deep, and yeah, it's great. It's just got so many good elements to it, like the kind of the harmonica, that guitar tone. Like the solo is wonderful. The bass is wonderful throughout. Just a very solid, modern track.
So modern.
It's very
It
modern.
was released not that long ago. It's that modern. Next track is Milk. Upon first listen, and I did listen to this album again straight after finishing it because I enjoyed it that much. So spoilers potentially for the rating part of this. Milk. I wasn't that mad on upon first listen. I felt like it dropped in energy quite a bit. But upon re-listen, it's not that bad. I like the switch up towards the around the halfway mark that happens with the rhythms and all of it. So yeah, it's a decent album track. Probably my least favorite of the entire album, to be honest. But I don't hate it, so that's positive.
That's positive. Now, with this vocal style, I often struggle with slower songs. When I first heard this track, I thought that would happen again, but then upon re-listen, I really like it. I think the change up halfway through, as Yanni said, is wonderful. The music does enough to keep me interested. And again, I really like the hook of drinking straight from the carton just being repeated non-stop. Just really good. It's a really good track.
Yeah, I agree with both your points, positive and negative, really. I really like it. I really like the, if I could pinpoint one thing, the violin's very nice throughout the song. I heard that off my phone, and I thought, oh, it sounds nice.
Wow.
And yeah, I think the kind of the end, that switch up at the end, again quite reminiscent of Black Country New Road, but just you can still feel the energy and the kind of just having a bit more fun with it kind of thing from Personal Trainer. I think makes it a difference, but you get that same kind of orchestral kind of score and a very kind of melodramatic ending sort of thing, but bit of fun, Not taking themselves too seriously.
Next up, we've got Key of Ego. Another track I liked, very sort of late 90s alternative rock I got from this, like startings. And then some like Parquet Court vibes from the backing vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is another Stone Cold slapper. The riff at the start, I can't really remember off the top of my head if it's synth or guitar, is fantastic. The bass is, again, on another level. And I love how heavy it gets. Good track.
Yeah, very solid tune. Reminds me a lot of Warm Dusche, if you will. That's not how to pronounce. But if you wanted to pretend they're German and you're German, you can say Warm Dusche. It's allowed. 2022. But yeah, very solid tune. Very just loud and in your face and nitty gritty, and I like that.
Nitty gritty.
Next up, we've got Texas in the Kitchen. That little synth at the start, it's just Stereo by Pavement.
Yeah, you're right, it is.
Yeah. I like this one again. God. Oh, I repeat myself here, aren't I? Lovely little riff. And I like the sort of build up at the end. It's very nice. Very nice indeed.
Which is pretty much mirror my comments that I said about Milk. I thought it was another really good track. It's just very good, and I don't want to make this sound like a disservice to the band, but I'm surprised that I like as much as I do, like even the slower ones, which is testament to how good this album is, in my opinion.
Old or New Testament?
The old, because there's 4 versions of the New Testament.
And you like the violence more.
Yeah.
Oh, big up the violence.
Who doesn't?
Big up the violence.
More deaths, please.
That's Liam shouting while watching Black Panther.
Yeah. Is there a band called The Violence? If not, why not? I'm not saying I'd want it, but that seems like a decent band name.
Probably, mate. Probably. What do you think of this song, though? Go on, tell me.
Sorry, we're talking about songs? No, I really like this song. I think my thoughts have gone completely out of my head. This one reminded me of Parquet Court, particularly, vocally. And Andrew Savage's vocals. I can't remember my lines going back. I really, really like this song. I like the flute at the end. Is this the one with the flute at the end? Or like some sort of wind instrument. But yeah, I just think
Yeah.
this is a really solid tune. The guitar in this one's great. It just is very, very easy to listen to. The great variety on this album thus far, I think, in terms of kind of sounds and styles.
Indeed.
It's very cohesive, but it's kind of going to the edges of that boundary a little bit.
The edge of cohesion. Next
Yeah.
up, we have Cut Loose. I like the sound on this track. Keeps the album interesting, as you were saying. Sounds like different styles again. And the soft singing at the start is very, very complimentary against the synth that's playing. It just works very well. And then obviously it changes into the more normal singing that he does, but it's a good change up.
Now I've got a confession to make here, boys. I have listened to
Is
this
someone
album.
getting the best of you?
I have listened to this album numerous times, but when it came to me making my final notes today, this song came on when we were sending numerous voice notes in the group chat. So it's kind of less memorable to me than the others. So I've just said here that it's probably the one I care least about. But it's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. I just don't really remember it. But it's my own fault. I do apologise.
The kind of synth sound and stuff and the sounds of this song remind me very much of like, again, I say again, I haven't done this before, but I probably have at some point in my life. I won't specify a time period because I'm probably wrong, but it'd be on the soundtrack to Derry Girls. So what's that, late 80s, early 90s, something like that? I think that's around that time.
Daddy!
But
really
for
bad.
some reason, the song itself reminds me of like a Spiral Stairs Pavement song. Not a Spiral Stairs solo song. Spiral Stairs Pavement song. The structure and the kind of the chord progressions and stuff just feel like something he would have done within that period. But what Personal Trainer have done is very nice. Very, very nice indeed.
Very, very nice. The next one is called The Money Department. Very short track, this. Nice little tune. Again, kept things interesting. I felt like if this song was longer, it would have been like almost pointless. But even though it's so short, it doesn't feel pointless. It feels like it's a good sort of. It's like a reminder of what Personal Trainer are kind of like about with the higher energy stuff. So yeah, it was an all right little ditty, not bitty.
Yeah, it does a lot in a minute. Which, I mean,
No comment.
it's not about what you do; it's about how you do it.
Tell me about it. I didn't care for this much on first listen, to be quite honest with you. But listening through it now, I can see its placement. It's pretty solid on this album. And like it's fine. It kind of does its job, I suppose, for a minute before we go into the next big hitter.
Are we gonna go right there? I'm gonna dive right into that the belly of the beast.
Dive in, baby.
Former Puppy. I think I've mentioned this when we covered the single. Fucking unreal track. I love every part of this song so much. The nostalgic elements to it, whatever's being played, is just brings nostalgia. I think it's great the fact there's like two hooks as well. So there's the hook with the vocals, and then there's like the instrumental bit, which is the first bit you hear of when it hooks into the song. And the fact there's two of them, and they're normally played like one after another, it's quite a clever thing to do that you don't really see that much of. Yeah. And it works so far. I love this song. This is my favourite song off this album.
Whoa.
That particular part you're talking about there, Yanni, it creates a very nice drive through the song, doesn't it? Really keeps you going through the whole thing. Works very well. Chugging along. Sorry, Cal, you to give your actual point.
No, don't worry, lad. I didn't really have anything too in depth to say. Just that it's another great track, and this whole album has just been like 36 minutes of just fun, which is what we need more of. Or I need more of anyway.
I absolutely agree, Cal. We all need a bit more
mate.
fun in our lives, and I'll bring it to you. Don't you worry about that. This is my favorite song off the album. It's I think it's actually like phenomenal, to be quite honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like I don't want to compare it to that song, but it reminds me of like Famous from Caught. That feeling, that kind of like, oh wow, they've made a very good song here, very good like pop song with enough kind of interesting elements that it's very good.
Very good. Next and last, we have Valsburg Hero. Liam?
Valsburg.
Thank you.
Hell.
I I think it's a very nice closer. Does a good job of rounding off the album pretty nicely.
Yep. Mirrors.
Whoa.
Yeah. Absolutely mirrors. I just want to make a point, but I can't remember which song it's about, and I was listening through, it didn't twig with me again. So it's pointless, really, but I'm going to say it anyway. But one of these songs gave me the same vibe as just like Third Eye Blind era of music. And at the same time, like Jimmy Eat World.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm kind of I'm encompassing there by these two bands? But I can't remember which song it was. But like, you know, again, there's another kind of influence or cornerstone you can use for this album, which is very good. And do you know what? It's very good.
It's very fucking good. We must now rate, and I can't wait for this part. Callum, tell me your rating, please.
I am going to rate this album an 8 because I thought it was great.
I'm going to rate this a 9 because I thought it was divine.
Well, funny you should say that, Liam, because I'm also going to rate it a 9 because I thought it was sublime.
Fantastic.
Otherwise, well done. That's
Little did we know how well we could rhyme.
good job. I'm going to roll this as soon as we finish recording this. So,
yeah, I might.
Because I very much
that.
regret not ordering Gazebo. That the last EP that came out.
Oh, fucking hell, Tom Davis. Sorry, I've watched Everton. Jesus Christ. Fucking hell.
Oh, fucking distracted,
Tom
are we?
Davis. Got fucking football in the background. You cheeky bastard. Personal trainer. We're trying to give personal trainer our personal undivided attention.
That's why I didn't realise we were on laser before, as I was trying to find a stream.
You being a big love wankit over
there. Liam, please tell me what the mode is.
Oh, we're doing this, aren't we? Oh,
we're doing this, baby.
It's a 9.
Median.
It's a 9. Number 9.
Mean.
1826. It would be 8.7 recurring. 8.6 recurring, sorry.
And then finally, the range.
It's a lonely little one.
I'm going to say it out loud because I mentioned it in the chat. But this album's going to pop up somewhere in a couple of months.
Do you remember at one point we very shortly discussed you could add the gold star on certain things? I can't remember what. Do you want to put a gold star on it?
I have no recollection of us.
I don't know what you're on about, mate.
I think this was ages ago. We said like kind of like to put a sticker on it as if to say like, you know, this one might last the test of time and make it into the end of years. No?
Well, I mean, if we did say it, if we didn't, we probably did.
Liam, are you dreaming about us again?
Just dreaming about putting
this is going to
stickers
get a
all
gold
over you.
star.
Gold star.
Yeah, gold star. Thank you, personal trainer. And thank you for watching that segment if you're just watching this on YouTube. And that's it. That is this week's pod.
Oh, bite size.
Snappy.
Not really. But yeah, it was a pleasure to be back. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to cover next week because
nothing.
As time has told us, it's probably not going to happen.
But what we can promise you next week is that there will be a new instalment of Fools on Tour.
There will be. And we might still be delicate depending on how hard we go. But yeah, thank you for listening and watching. If you are just listening, then of course you can watch us on YouTube at Fools on the Hill Podcast. If you're already watching, then subscribe, and if you're in there, do the same thing. Ding the bell, comment on the video if you want, give it a like, that's for sure. And if you're not on YouTube, then find us on our socials at Fools on the Hill Podcast and Twitter at Fools on the Hill Pod. And just go below if you're watching the video, like a good little squirt.
Go down on us.
And on that note, see you next time for a Squirty Wonder Juice Fest. where we will be wet with you live on
Wet
Fools in a Pool.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.